Welcome back to DaddeeCraft. I know it's been a while, but I've been up here hiding, waiting for this kelp farm to give us the sweet, sweet kelp. It was working so well after not working for months on end, and now it has ceased to work again. Well, it's still working, it's just slowed way down. I mean, we were getting so much kelp. I would turn it on and literally a minute later, I would have kelp everywhere. It would be exploding out of every single hole of every single one of my buildings. That's how much kelp we had. I would just sneeze and the switch would flip on and there'd just be kelp everywhere. And now there's not kelp everywhere. Now it's just kind of a slow trickle. So I've just been sitting here kind of waiting for the kelp to come up and making sure it is working. And it is working. There's a little bit of kelp there that hasn't been caught by the hopper. How much is that? How much is that there? Let's see. Well, that's quite a bit. That's almost a stack and a half. I have to cough here. Hold on. Now that's almost a stack and a half. Hopefully that's not happening all the time, but I mean, I'm seeing the kelp come through. It is coming through, and we're getting it. It's not nearly as fast as it was. I don't know how many updates ago this changed, but yeah, that's probably the new norm. But I mean, it's working at least. Before it was completely broken, so I'm not going to be too sad about that. The minecart there seems to be working. Speaking of things working and not working, this is, yeah, I don't know if you guys have kept up with me on this, but yeah. We lost our villagers, so, but we do have a great view here of the ice cream shop and the hotel. And we can use this emergency exit, come around, see the tower, see the chicken coop on top of the restaurant. I've been working over here. This is our horse stable, and then over to the right, which I just flew into. I've been working on this building. I don't even know what it is yet. It's just a sister building to the horse stable. Haven't really figured out more than that yet. Don't even know how many stories it's going to be. But I have been expanding the road over here a little bit so Dash can make more stores because she's running out of space, and we should probably sleep. Oh, we got a witch there too. Okay, yeah, so Dash has been filling up our shopping district with stores. I've been expanding the road because I expanded the railway all the way to Spawn. So I want stores, kind of my whole idea was have stores going all the way to Spawn and just shops in different areas all along the railway. But I have been here expanding, yeah, let's get a little farther away. Expanding my tiny little house here that I built with Dash. Behind it I built a concrete maker, and then I was using it, and then I had to stop every time it got to be nighttime. So I didn't want to fence it off because creepers can still blow up and stuff like that. So I took every single piece of terracotta we had, and I surrounded the concrete maker in terracotta. I really like the look of terracotta in the desert, and I really don't know what other blocks. I mean, we've been building with a lot of sandstone, and I don't want to. I don't think building with stone looks really that good, and I didn't really want to use concrete for the concrete maker. I felt like, I don't know. I don't think concrete in the desert, or at least in this village town, feels right. The terracotta felt a lot more natural. I like the texture a lot more. I really miss our old concrete maker, but concrete powder doesn't stack anymore. So because we can't use that trick, we can't use it. Which is the reason why I didn't get rid of it. That's what's smoking in the storage room, is that red machine with glass. That's the concrete maker. There is one part of it that still works, and that's the bucket of lava off to the side that we use to permanently get rid of things. So sometimes this works okay. I'm thinking about throwing a couple more beacons in here, because we have a few more beacons stored away. One on either end, or two on either end, to give me more speed and faster mining. Because it goes in and out, but I don't think it matters, because if I'm going to be lagging like this because I'm on a hot spot, this might be, my phone might be an issue as well, because lately it's been having a lot more issues and not working as well. But yeah, if this is going to be the best the internet's going to be able to do, then I'm really not going to have to worry about throwing beacons in here, because that's actually going to just make it harder. So if I didn't explain this contraption, it's pretty much a take on what we've been doing in Bedrock for a while. Foxy No-Tail has a version of this without the hoppers. And basically what I did was elevated the water so it's flowing down. And then I put hoppers underneath so that the water pushes concrete that you mine into the hopper chain. And there's a chest at the end that you can grab it at when you're done. I had designed it so that you would be standing on the wood and mining the concrete closest to you, but the problem with that is you end up mining, if you touch these, you have to be facing away from the hoppers, otherwise if you touch the hoppers while you're mining, the hoppers get insta-mined, so you have to point away from the hoppers with your pickaxe. So, back to the drawing board in terms of that, but this is the best design I've come up with so far. So, I mean, I have another version of this out in the desert that is a single layer. It's not, it is actually elevated, but it's a single line. It's not a double spaced line like it is here. And that is extremely unsafe at night, like this one was before I put the walls around it. So I think it's probably, if the lag on the server wasn't holding me back, this would definitely be faster than the other concrete maker we used to have, but I liked the lazy factor of the other concrete maker. You didn't have to move at all, so it was really easy to just sit there and operate with one hand. So I used to do something else while doing that, like watch on my other screen, watch a YouTube video or something while making concrete. This is a little more active because I have to use both hands and focus on whether the lag is allowing me to place blocks or not. But it does get done, even with the lag. It does get done a little faster. So I guess it's nice overall. I do like the building. It's a nice little building. I don't know if it really does look like an addition to our little house. And I really didn't mean to add on. I didn't want to add on to the house, but it ended up being an addition just because I needed to surround this with walls, and I put it right next to it because I wanted it to be right next to the beacon. So, I mean, by the time I built it, it was already attached. So I did I knew it was going to be that way, so I made it I used all the terracotta we had, and then I had to actually go mine a little bit more to finish the roof. because we didn't have quite enough. And I always hate finding the Deadlands because it's 2,000 blocks out, and I don't want to load any more land until the next update, the Caves and Cliffs update. I don't want to load any more land than we've already loaded. So flying out, I'm always I don't have it written down, the location. I just know I go to the cocoa bean farm we have, and I fly out that way. But I haven't been there in a while, and I thought it was only out about 1,000 blocks. So I'm flying out, and I get 1,000 blocks out, and I'm looking for the Deadlands, and all I see is this frozen tundra. So I'm looking around, and I can't find it, and I'm sweating. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's not this way. So I fly 1,000 blocks back, and then another 1,000 blocks further in the other direction, thinking I got it wrong, and it was the other direction, and it wasn't. So I ended up doing a 360, 1,000 blocks around the perimeter of our base, and then I still couldn't find the Deadlands. So I realized it was where the cocoa beans were, but it wasn't 1,000 blocks out, it was 2,000 blocks out. So I realized I probably loaded 2,000 blocks around our base, probably even more, but at least 2,000 blocks around our base and a perimeter. I wish it was less, but I'm working on a highway in the Nether so that if we want to get to an area with the update and we can't find one close, I hope there is something close, but if we can't find something within a flyable range, there will be something in the Nether, and I'm making a nice Nether highway. The 2B2T's Nether highway system inspired me, so I'm kind of making one based off of theirs, and it's a nice grid pattern. It's just, you go north, south, east, and west. And then when you hit a certain denomination, maybe either 100, 500, or 1,000 blocks, you create a square. And then, you can get to different locations based upon that. And, every time you travel in the Nether, 1 block is equal to 8 blocks in the overworld. So 100 might be overkill, but maybe 500 or 1,000. Every 1,000 blocks make a square. I don't want the highway to go too far out, and I don't think it has to go too far out, because I think once I get 1,000 blocks out in the Nether, that's 8,000 blocks in the overworld, and I know we haven't really explored that much because it's just me and Dash, and we do explore, but we like to stay, in our base, which is 400 blocks away from spawn. The only other place we really frequent a lot is we call it Dragon City. It's our end portal. And we've built a little town around that. So those are the 2 areas we hang out in. So hopefully we haven't loaded too much. And that's the thing about wanting to keep a world. We don't want to lose our stuff. So when you want to keep a world, and you have to think in the long term, okay, don't load too much stuff, because we don't have a world editor or anything. We're playing on a Realm on iOS devices, and that's it. She's got an iPad, I've got an iPad, and we play on our iPads. So, we don't have a world. We can't. There's no programs. There's no iOS programs to world edit your Minecraft world like on a Windows 10 machine, or even I guess there's. I don't know if we wouldn't be playing Bedrock on a Macintosh machine on a OS X. But so that's that. But yeah, so Cat Village here, which used to be a real village, but it got pillaged. We have rebuilt it, and Cat Village now has a working machine in it to come use. Biggest concrete maker that we have. Other than that, I've been trying to make some adjustments around here. I wanted to work on the road, but I did work on the railroad. This goes all the way to Spawn now. We won't go to Spawn today, but we'll take the rail back to Eskeltown. And then we can check out the view coming into Eskeltown with some of the new buildings. It really looks nice having the shops. You'll see the shops on the left here, and then the new buildings on the right as well, across the way. As the lava temple loads into view there. And then I can show you what we've been dealing with all this concrete for. Basically, what happened was I started filling in the path between the storage room and the hotel, and also it's also the underground passageway between the God, what is it called? The Demise House, and which is the other skyscraper, and the ice cream shop is also attached to it. Although it's tricky to get up there if you don't have an Electra. So I started filling in. There's this like pathway, and I started filling it in because I'm sick of all the creepers and all the mobs down there. So I wanted to fill it in. So because there's a cave that they've been spawning in and then kind of crawling through. So over here, I needed the concrete, and then I ran out of white concrete. I started making more, and I was getting attacked. So I got sidetracked by all of that. I made the room for the concrete maker, and there we have it. So now I finally have. I made this beautiful build just to finish this plain white building. Hallway, but this giant hallway. But I'm going to use it for more than just a hallway. It's also, I'm going to extend the storage room, the sorting system into here, because I have been manually sorting a lot of stuff still, and it takes a lot of time, and my daughter just doesn't understand, because she's only 7, that it takes a lot of time to sort everything that doesn't get automatically sorted, and she just assumes everything gets automatically sorted, and I did an amazing job with the sorting system. But you know, there's still stuff that hasn't been properly put away unless I do it by hand. So we're going to fix that and extend the storage system, so at least everything that has stacks to 64 blocks gets sorted, but I want everything to get sorted automatically. I'm kind of sick of sorting anything, so I want to create a completely automatic sorting system somehow. I need to watch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build up some more of this, the same machine that I'm using, the 64 item stackable sorters, until I run out of space to do that. And then I'm going to make, not run out of space, because I'm going to make as much space as possible till we're done with this. But then after that, what I'm going to do is, and you know, I'm thinking maybe I should be doing this vertically and not horizontally, because chunks load vertically. So maybe I should be going, well, I can't go up because we've got ground above us, but I can go down another level. So maybe I should dig down and make a second level storage room. That way things aren't going to get trapped in hoppers for days on end, which is one of the reasons I'm using hoppers, by the way, so I can go horizontal if I need to. But I think I've already abused that going horizontal enough, because I mean I'm going across several chunks as it is. So I should probably think about working vertically and making another floor. So this is probably just a glorified hallway in that case. But we can always find other things to do with the space, and we can always decorate it. It's really not that giant of a hallway. It's just bigger than most hallways. I really wish that the hallways in the Nether were bigger, because it's hard to fly through them. So I'm going to have to make a lot of minecarts, a minecart system to get through the Nether. But I have gotten a little bit better with that in terms of, getting things to start and stop. So it's not just one giant long path. I can get, what is it? Starts and stops depots, or the transit points, I guess. Yeah, transit points. Well, my only vision for down here was that it all is connected. It's just connecting all the buildings up above, Resident Evil 2 style. So really, as long as this is just keeping the mobs out, and I find a way to light it without having this spam of torches, which I absolutely hate. As long as those conditions are met, I'm going to be pretty happy. So I don't think this room has to be the storage room, as long as it's not an ugly mess. Because this is a very well-traveled room, and it has been months and months and months. I think we started working on this well before the pandemic started, and I think we haven't touched it in a while. Or I've dug out a little bit here and there, but I haven't had a good vision. I know that it needed to be big enough to reach, the areas where the buildings are, just to get to the access points, to get to the elevators or the stairways or the tunnels or the vertical tunnels that I have set up. What I really want to do is create a launcher for the ice cream shop, because right now you just have to stand there and jump on the slime block and spam on your rockets until you get launched up there. Jumping down is easy, but getting up there is a little tricky. I wish I could create a fun and fast launcher to get up there. I don't know if that's possible or not. That's probably something I'm going to need TNT for, which means I'm going to need another hole, because I'm going to need a water hole for that. And I don't have a lot of space to work with for entrances and exits into the ice cream shop from down here. There's pretty much one hole. So yeah, the spam your rocket method works just fine, I guess. And I think after months and months and months, we are finally done with this stupid room. Last block. There we go. It's not pretty. Well, we're not done, but the actual shape of the room is here, which is wonderful. I have to break behind these walls and light the caves up, because I'm still not very good at lighting my caves up. I haven't done that yet. And we're going to have to work on covering up those faces with some pumpkins facing the other direction. But I'm just happy that all the concrete's down. So maybe I will bring the storage room just into this corner, just to have a few more slots, like maybe 7, or I have to go 7 out. Maybe I'll bring the hoppers all the way down to around the wall here, and have it come from this side, and then the hallway can be coming down here, because I still do need some sorting. But yeah, I don't know if going over here is just too far off the grid. I might save this for something else and go downstairs. We don't need those doors now that I've sealed off the cave. We do need to light this up maybe a tiny bit better. There's a few spots over here. I don't have any more torches, so we'll just throw down some lanterns temporarily. But yeah, I can get rid of these doors because I really don't like hitting the buttons all the time. And I don't think they necessarily look that good there. Sometimes when iron doors look good, I'll just put pressure plates on both sides, just for the effect. But I don't really necessarily like the iron doors here. So we're going to try leaving these open for now. If I don't like it, I'll put the iron doors back and I'll put pressure plates on both sides. But we're going to try keeping it open for now. And if, like I said, if I don't like it, we'll close it off again. We do have to work on this wall and then figure out how we're going to deal with it sticking out a bit. Okay, we're going to need some pumpkins for that. And some lanterns. I think we need 8 pumpkins. I need clippers. Do I have clippers? No. Plenty of tridents. I don't even use tridents. But this is bedrock and we've been playing for a while, so I mean they patched that now, but we got all those tridents. I mean there was a while you'd kill a zombie on dry land and it would drop a trident. Tridents were everywhere. I mean some of those tridents that I repaired are actually like 3 broken tridents I just threw together because you got so many tridents that I didn't care at that point. Then they patched it and I went, whoop, I shouldn't have been using tridents to repair tridents. I didn't think they'd ever patch it in bedrock. There was a long time where you just didn't take it serious when they said that they were going for parity. But they really are trying to get the two, Bedrock and Java, to operate very similarly. But they haven't given... And I hate the excuse that it's because it's on a controller or on a touch screen, so you have to dumb it down. Because Xbox controllers have plenty of buttons. But yeah, I hate that excuse for like dual wielding. Oh, you can't have it on Bedrock. But we are gonna have some pumpkin pie in Dash's dining room. And then we're going to figure out where the pumpkins are. Oh yeah, see, if you caught Daddy Dash's first video, I showed Dash's bedroom and you wake up outside. And that is the same room that her first bedroom was in. The bed has moved a few times. She moved it because she didn't like waking up outside, but she sleeps upstairs in the treehouse now, so I moved the bed back into a place where it does push you outside again, in homage to the first bed that she ever placed down, which isn't exactly in the same spot, but it's pretty close. But anyway, we need to put these pumpkins down so we can carve them. And I like this. This is Loomis, I think is the name of this texture pack, and it gives you different faces for the pumpkin heads. And I like it. I like it a lot. And Dash likes this a lot too. She does not want to change texture packs ever again. She said, "Daddy, can we keep this one?" I said, "Yeah, of course we can. That's why we got it." Once a year we get a new texture pack, so we'll see next year if she's sick of this or not. But we need some lanterns and pumpkins. We've got all of that. We need some space here. This all goes through the sorting machine. I have I sacrificed a bit of lag and just strewn. I have a whole bunch of hoppers strewn across the each building, connected together. Not every single one, but a lot of the main buildings, so you can sort them all together. Whoop! A little too close there. I'm just trying to get down this trap door. Just don't. There we go. Can we get up? Okay. So yeah. So I have a hopper train going around, and the thing is that they actually don't cause lag unless they're working, supposedly. So them sitting there being idle, they're not causing lag. If it's only when they're processing stuff that they cause lag, and I'm not going to go around into every single building and drop off a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, I do use a few depositing systems from different buildings at the same time, but it never really lags the game out to a huge point. I can't play on my phone, but we can play on the iPads just fine. And the reason I can't play on my phone is because it's a 6-year-old old iPhone 6, and it just doesn't. I can barely play on anything on it anymore. It overheats when I look at it. And in fact, it's impossible to use during the summer in Southern California because of that reason. I'm gonna have to get a new phone before the summer. Okay, so we just need to get this pumpkin in here. It was actually harder to do this the first time I did it because you had to put a pumpkin down on something. You couldn't float it like I just floated that pumpkin up there. You would have to stack it on top of something else. You'd have to treat it like it was concrete, like powder or sand. So it's a lot easier to work with pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns now. And I do really like working with them. You can face the face away from and get this nice lit up texture. And if you do it with pumpkins and line them in a grid like that, you get this like 70s orange wallpaper. Looks really nice. I want to try using that with a honeycomb together and see what I can do with that. But I'm not sure how I would blend the two of them together exactly. But I think the two of them would go nicely together. Okay, we need some redstone. We need 8 of these. And we need some redstone blocks. And I don't think I have any more here anymore because I'm actually organizing, and part of what we did was we moved all the semi-precious metals out of the storage system and into the top of the demise house. So we're going to have to take a quick trip over there and get some redstone. How many do we need? 6, 8, 10. Okay. And you can see I'm definitely working on the different floors of the demise house. All of these have been done for a while. This was finished, and now I have to redo it. This is just kind of a empty, small room, and this is our semi-precious metals room. and we are stacking our redstone blocks up here. And we have a lot of them. I didn't know what to do with them, and we had so many. I was like, why don't we just stack them? And I didn't know what to do with this room either. I was going to make another farm, but I don't want to work on another farm until I finish, until I refinish the wheat farm. But I need villagers for that, and we lost all our villagers except for one. And every time I find a zombie villager, I don't have a potion of weakness or an apple on me. And every time I carry an apple and a potion of weakness on me, I don't find a zombie villager. So this has been going on for months and months and months. So I'm at a stalemate in terms of the demise house, which is the house that houses all of our farms. So yeah, let's see if we can do a fancy jump off the roof and activate our Electra. And up. Why isn't it going? Up. Well, that didn't work. Oh well. That's why we have feather falling. I knew I could survive that fall because I've fallen by mistake before. Okay, so I forget where I was at, but we're just over here fixing this door, and then we're gonna call it a night because it's actually pretty early in the morning now at this point. I have been dealing with my bank. I was on my banking app and I had a back spasm and my finger brushed against your card is broken, order a new card. And on this app, when you click that button, it immediately cancels your card with no prompt. No, are you sure you want to do this? No, I'm going to cancel your card. Are you sure? Yes or no? It just immediately cancels your card and mails you a new one, which is going to take 10 business days to get to you, according to the people on the phone I talked with. Now, I have no cash on me. I haven't gone food shopping. I haven't picked up any of my things that I need to live. You know, none of my medicine, none of my I haven't dumped out the RV, which, you know, I need to poop and to pee. You know, nothing. I don't have any gas, so I can't run the heater. I can't charge my electronics. Nothing. So that happened this week. I got them to expedite a card, and then I got a friend was kind enough to go to the ATM in exchange for a personal check from me. She got me some money, so we were able to get that dealt with. Oh, I'm in a holding pattern, sitting here on the side of the street with gas and enough cash to get me to the post office and to eat until then, when my new card comes. And then once my new card comes, I'll be able to start back with life again, because you know, I'm in the process of fixing the RV app, and I need that card to get, you know, certifications done, to get the salvage title done, to get the registration back for it. So it's a giant headache and a giant mess, and I want it to be done, and I was gonna do all of that this week, but now I have another obstacle. But I'm learning to be patient. I'm very thankful that I have time and that I haven't put this off to the last minute. So I can just, you know, take a couple of days to unwind, do something else, and then, you know, next week we'll jump right back on it. That's about it for this week. We've done quite a bit, and thanks for coming back with me. Remember to stay kind to each other.